So historically, decks that play around one card have always had an issue where if they don't draw that one card, then they're in a really bad spot. Green Purple Luffy was the first deck that really played around like 1 or 2 cards and was consistent enough to actually make it work. And I think that this deck could potentially be very similar. I'll start with reading the leader effect. So first of all, I can't put any cards into my deck that cost 5 or more, which innately forces the deck to be very aggressive. And activate main once per turn, I can show you 2 events from my hand, and then give one of my characters with a base power of 4,000 or less, plus 2,000 power for the turn. Very aggressive. First time that we're going to really be testing out these new OP12 decks, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments if you think that there's a bit of an oversaturation of searchers, because I've been slowly getting more and more worried that the consistency of this game has been getting a bit out of hand.
Junkin boy, I could show, I could show, I could show. I'll go first.
Why did I go triple good?
No one goes
triple good. I'm mulliganing because I have 5 cards in my hand with a total cost of 1.
I have a lot of late game stuff, but nothing that I can play until then. I don't like that too much, so I think I'll mulligan. I have three 2,000 counters, which against an aggro deck like this could be nice. And also I have a 4 cost and 7 costs in my hand, so I think I'm pretty happy with my hand right now.
Sounds pretty good. I have a much better starting hand, but I don't have any events, so I'm hoping to be able to pick those up pretty quickly. So if I can pick those up, then I think I have a good start. Let's get into the game.
And turn.
Doro. Start. Buggy to check the top 5 cards for an event. I'll put Busou no Haki into my hand. Then for 1 dong, I'll play Nami to check the top 5 for a Straw Hat. Unfortunately, none of the new events are actually Straw Hat, so I can't pick those up. But Sanji, is Sanji the right card here though? I feel like I really want to be just spamming out Luffy's. But I guess there is a chance that I don't actually get to play the Luffy next turn given the number of events that I currently have in my hand. So I'll pick up the Sanji as an insurance plan. Enter.
Use my leader effect and draw a card from my life. Add an active dong. 5k leader.
I think most of the time I take this anyways, but I do really want to find an event, so...
Yes! Play Bonke, get an active dong, and turn.
Doro. We are in business right now. So first I'm going to play Luffy, and I'm going to show you 2 events. Busou, which I've kind of glossed over when I drew it. On main, I get to give 1 active dong to my Silver's Rayleigh. Could be a character, but in this deck, it's always going to be your leader. Then I give one of my characters plus 1,000 power. Or on counter, I can give one of my characters or Silver's Rayleigh plus 2,000 power for that battle. Effectively, just a 2k counter, but has an alternative effect and is, more importantly, an event that I can use for my leader effect and Luffy effect. The other event that I'm showing you is kind of an old one. Gum Gum King Gung Gatling. This one, I didn't really want to show you, but you've seen it now. On main, gives one of my leaders or characters plus 3,000 power, and if you have a character with 7,000 power or more, then I can give another one of my leaders or characters plus 1,000 power for the turn. So just a very aggressive card. But now that I've shown you 2 events, I get to activate the effect of playing a 3,000 power character or less, which will be the Sanji that I searched last turn. And I can attach 1 rested dong to something. Then I'm going to use my leader effect to show you the same 2 events, and I'm going to give my Buggy plus 2,000 power. 5,000 leader.
I'll take
6,000 leader.
plus 2k.
Entered.
I'll go 5k Buggy.
I do kind of want to defend that, but it's not worth the 2k, 1k.
Play Sanji. Turn a dong. Arrest Luffy.
Okay.
4,000 Luffy.
Really?
Is that wrong?
I guess not, considering that my deck doesn't have any characters that cost 5 or more. That card's not really going to attack for more than like 6k the entire game. It's kind of annoying for me, but I don't really want to let you just have a 7k hit at my life, so I guess I'll just cut 1k for that.
7k Luffy.
Yeah, and I'll take that.
And turn.
Thank you, Bandai. Thank you, Bandai, for giving me my key card. First of all, I'll hit 2k into your Bonkley.
Okay.
I want to accelerate my damage a bit, but the nice thing is that this card, although it costs 2, doesn't really feel like it costs 2. For 2 dong, I'll play Hancock, and then on play I get to check the top 5 for a Monkey D. Luffy or a red event. I will add a Monkey D. Luffy, the only 2k, and one that, in Japan at least, kind of expensive because of how old it is. It also has an activate main effect though, which is pretty interesting. Activate main, I can put the character in the trash and give one of my leaders or characters 2 rested dong. So effectively, I just played that for free because at any point I can just attach 2 rested dong. In a way, it actually stores the damage for another turn, which could be even more powerful. Kind of want to sequence this a bit better, so I'll play my character first, Luffy, and I will show you the same 2 events that you saw before. to play 2k Luffy that I just searched. Then I'll attach a rested dong to my leader, 6,000 leader.
I'll counter 2k.
Leader effect, show you 2 of these, give plus 2,000 and 8,000 leader.
I'll take that.
Enter.
This is pretty scary for me, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a fun aggro deck, and I don't really enjoy aggro.
I don't think it's worth taking out Nami right now, because even if you use your leader effect, you would need to put an extra don on it for it to become an attacker, and
Right.
I don't think it's worth it for you.
Right.
If I put out Nanasanji this turn, the most I can take out on your board is 2 things, which will still leave like 3 attackers, basically, including your leader. You just have a lot of damage on the board, even if I leave alive 3 things, because Hankoku can attack, and then you can use that effect to put an extra 2 don on something, and if you do that, then it's just like basically free 4,000 damage.
Yep.
Go 5k Sanji.
I'll take that. And on KO, draw one card. Ooh.
Play Sanji, put a dome back, I'll rest. I might actually rest this one, honestly.
I think that's a fair choice.
Yeah.
I think it's significantly more threatening than
Yeah.
a 3 cost 3,000 plus 2,000 counter card would seem.
7k Luffy.
Yep, I have to take that, unfortunately.
I'll also go 7k leader.
Take.
End turn.
I just did the math on this turn. You're not going to believe what these 3k and 4k values are about to do. I'm going to use my leader effect and reveal 2 events,
Same ones.
the same 2 that I've been showing you this whole game, to give
Yeah.
Hancock plus 2,000 power. Then I'm going to attach 1 dong to Hancock and hit you for 6,000 leader.
2k counter.
For 3 dong, I'll play Jinbe. And Jinbe on play, I will show you 2 events that maybe you might not have seen yet, to then give the character rush as well as plus 1,000 power until the end of your next turn, which means that it's effectively just a 3 cost 5,000 rush with 1,000 counter. Then I'll use Hancock's effect to put her into the trash and attach 2 active dong, or rested dong, sorry, to a character. Jinbe, 7,000 leader.
It's probably gonna be like 7,000, 8,000 after. That's rough, man. Unless you have some events that increase your damage even more.
I mean, I did show you it like 8 times this game.
That is true, yeah. It's just gonna get worse, so I'm gonna counter 2k, 1k.
Okay, fundamentals thing. Now that you've countered out my attack, the most annoying thing that I can do is lower my power. So I'll hit you at 6k now.
I don't have any more 2ks, so take my life, I guess.
Just take my life. This is the other part of that fundamentals question. Now that you've taken the attack, it's good for me to increase the power of my attacks. For 0 dong, I'm going to use Busou Shokunaki to give my Rayleigh 1 active dong and give my leader another 1,000 power. Now it's 7,000, so I'll hit you 7,000 leader.
Oh man, I actually just have to counter this, so I'll go 1k, 1k, 1k.
For 2 dong, I play Hancock. To check the top 5 cards, I'll add Kenbun Shokunohaki, which on main attaches a active dong to my Silver's Rayleigh and searches a character that costs 4 or higher, or a red event. I'm hoping that with this next turn I can find something like the 3 cost Jinbe to be able to push for game. Enter. And currently this Luffy is still 6,000 power.
Plays Little Joodle. Search 5. There it is. Now I just need to take up back as much of the board as I can. 7k Jinbe.
Let's do this. Haoshoku no Haki, plus 2k to Jinbe, and I'll rest 1 extra dong. Fucking! Your entire board is minus 1,000 power. Now it's 6,000 into 7,000.
Does that stay 7,000 or is it just for that battle?
It's just for the battle, but
Okay,
the
okay.
minus 1,000 is for the entire turn. So that's 4,000 and that's 6,000.
6k Jinbe.
Definitely defend that, I think. 2k?
8k Luffy.
Yeah.
End turn.
Go! Still though, Jinbe survived, which is quite significant for me. You know the strongest way to play around Gum Gum Giant?
Hit low.
5k.
Delete that. Draw 2 cards.
This doesn't get me out of the woods quite yet, but Gum Gum King Kong Gatling. I can give one of my leaders or characters plus 8,000 power, Hancock, and because you have a 7,000 power or higher character, I get to add 1,000 power to something else, but I'll choose Hancock and hit you for 7,000 into leader.
I can't defend that.
No, you can't. But just for the fun of it, I will use Hancock's ability
Oh no.
to touch 2 dong onto Nami, and then I'll show you 2 events that do not go to the trash, sorry, they go to my hand. 6,000, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,000 leader.
I lose.
The biggest Nami attack I've done in my life. GG.
GG. That wasn't even close.
Dude, this deck's so far. Wait, it's actually really strong.
Yeah.
One last thing before we go, because you were able to foil my plan that I had a bit before. A completely insane thing that I could do with this deck is to, like I had before, although I didn't have this Luffy because you were able to clear it. But if I do have this set up on the board, what I could do is leader effect onto Hancock, attach a couple of dong, hit for 7,000, then use Hancock effect to attach 2 rested dong to Luffy, and then hit for 7,000. And then because I have 2 rested dong, I can hit for 7,000 again. There's some just really insane things that I can do when I get something like this set up on the board. And I think that like just the amount of searches in this deck makes it so that you can very consistently find this card. And there's a lot of decent targets that you can play off of it. I mean, a lot as in 3, but because I run 4 of each, I think they're all pretty solid targets. The deck's honestly pretty solid, I think. Like, surprisingly solid. It is just maybe a little bit scary if you go against a deck that's very good at clearing your board. We'll have to see how it goes against the other OP12 leaders though. GG.
GG.